what's wrong with y'all? In case that first list wasn't enough. Black people also.
So shout out to this young man for knowing his knowledge or doing his research to really understand all the things that melanated people have created here in the United States that pretty much has helped the world, the entire world. So let me give my props where props are due. Shout out to you, because I shouldn't say, a lot of melanated people know all the stuff we created. But here's the funny thing about racism, and I always found racism very funny, like it's amusing to me. Now imagine hating someone for the color of their skin. Let that sink in. Imagine that. Like, I dislike you because you're a different pigmentation than I am, based off a scientific location and environment. That's the only reason why. So imagine that. Imagine how primitive your mind has to be to even function on that wavelength, to think that way. But let's chop it up a different way. Imagine hating a group of individuals who, I'll say, from 600 to 1,000 years have had no level of control or power in most great nations, but you're blaming all your problems on them. Every problem you have is their fault. Just imagine that. Like, just really let that digest in your mind, like how primitive your thought process has to be upset towards people who've had no control over your life. In fact, have made your life substantially better over the last 600 to 1,000 years because of their inventions. Just imagine that. Like, imagine that primitive thought process. Like how primitive you gotta be to think, to hate individuals who made your life better. It's hard to even imagine, because I just can't imagine somebody being that stupid, but people are. And I suppose that's why racism or bigotry has always been funny to me, because you got to be pretty stupid to hate people who made your life better. Like you're focused on people who've made your life better, have done nothing, generally speaking, to make your life substantially worse. And you're putting forth all this energy and animosity towards people who've had no control over government systems or social constructs, over the last 600 to 1,000 years. Like, you got to be pretty stupid, like a different level of stupid to even, like, I'm legitimately laughing at it, because it's like, that's pretty dumb. Like what?